Hello, everybody, and welcome to OpenExO Live. Really great to be with you. And first of all, a happy Thanksgiving to all those who are celebrating in the US. Really, all the best, and hope that you spend time safely with loved ones. This week, as you can see on the screen, we have Ying, who's coming in from New York on Thanksgiving. And you can see some amazing folks coming up in the coming weeks, all the way through to January. And before we get Ying up on screen, I do have a few messages from a few folks that I'm going to share. And the first one comes from Angelo, and he just said, I met Ying a few months ago on the EXI program, and she has since joined the EXO's economy team. She is a superwoman, has a lot of analytic sense and a tech background, building web pages in seconds. So happy to work with her, leveraging our community to the next level. Next, we have from Delapo, we are so blessed having a person like Ying in the OpenExO community. She is an exceptional collaborator, excellent co-creator, and a listening leader. She brings in all her ingenuity to projects she's a part of, especially the Exponential Individuals Initiative, where I've had the privilege of sharing thoughts with her. She is surely making the world a better place. Next, we have from Anne. Ying is a woman of integrity, compassion, and passion. She is a pleasure to work with and is always ready to support an initiative she believes in. Over the last 9 months, it's been an absolute joy seeing her present on the Exponential Individual Initiative calls, and her contributions have been invaluable. Not to mention, she has a great eye for talent and is bringing in beautiful souls to the project. Keep being awesome. We then have from Tamar, Ying is a creative muse and a huge source of support for business owners. She is determined to take entrepreneurs to the next level of business by introducing them to game-changing technologies that can automate time-wasting tasks. Ying is a natural connector who has cultivated a robust network of entrepreneurs. She also has taught me to never pull the emergency brake on brilliant ideas, and instead to act on my impulses while using the validated learning approach to test all hypotheses. And then lastly, we have from Nikki, Ying is a phenomenon. She came to us in the marketplace demonstrating that our community has superpowers in matching talent to roles. She makes me smile every day with her devotion to the cause and execution of the vision to bring the planet to the idea that the decade of the EXO is true and trending. Gratitude to you, Ying. You continue to surpass the ask. So those are just some messages from the community. Ying, welcome to OpenExO Live. How are you doing today?
Hi, Kevin. Thank you for this opportunity to chat with you. These comments make me very humbling. Yeah, I'm feeling good today. And since today is Thanksgiving here in the US, I wanted to express my gratitude to the OpenExO community and all the wonderful people I met here.
Awesome. Thanks. Thanks so much for that, Ying. And so, Ying, we always start out OpenExO Live by saying, let us know who you are, where you're from, what are you doing, and how did you come to join the OpenExO community?
Sure. I currently work at Tech Incubator at Queens College, and we help early stage entrepreneurs and startup founders to launch and grow their businesses. I used to work for PwC in the technology advisory services, and we help large companies implement enterprise-wide ERP systems. I've taught at various CUNY colleges before I joined PwC and was involved in developing and delivering many training programs at PwC. And I like the Queens College motto, which says, "Decimus et serviamus." We learn so that we may serve. I enjoy working with anyone who loves learning and serving. And I came to OpenExO Community by meeting Steven Rodriguez, who is a member of the community. I met him in another conference hosted by 1 Million Cups, and he reached out to me afterwards and telling me that he is a Queens College alum, and he introduced me to OpenExO. And since that time, I'm kind of hooked with this community. I really love this community, and I want to thank Steven for bringing me into the community.
That's awesome. I always love the stories of where people share how they found the community through another community member. Those are always the best for me, and so that's really awesome to hear. And big up to Steven. I mean, Steven is in Washington and he's in DC, not the state, and doing some great things there. So that's really awesome. And Ying, one thing about the EXO model, of course, is, right at the top of the EXO model, a requirement essentially that we always speak of is a massive transformative purpose, an MTP. And so, since joining the community, since diving in and learning, would you be happy to share, if you've developed an MTP for yourself, for the work you do, and happy to share that?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I've gone through multiple iterations of MTP since I took the foundation and the consulting class. And my current MTP is accelerate learning, growth, and contribution for a better future.
Awesome. That's really great. And that ties, into, what you were saying about why you love the motto of Queen's College, right? And can you just explain a little bit about what you actually do there, in terms of working with entrepreneurs?
Yeah. So we work with entrepreneurs, and we also work with a group of students who serves entrepreneurs. And what I try to do is to help everybody from where they are to advance to where they want to be, one step at a time. So that's primarily my goal, is that, and both from learning perspective, from growth perspective, and then later from contribution to the community. So I myself want to practice that, and anybody I help with, I would like to help them to move towards that as well.
Okay, and so how would you say that entrepreneurs benefit from EXO thinking, or even being a part of the OpenExO community?
Yeah, so I think OpenExO is an incredible community, and people who join the community aspire to the EXO's MTP, which is to transform the world for a better future. And it's great to be among the like-minded people, connecting, collaborating, and co-creating together. This can be particularly beneficial for entrepreneurs and for individuals, since they usually do not have access to the vast resources available in the large organizations. So OpenExO provides such resources and a platform for anyone who wants to be part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, we at OpenExO, we have products that are specifically tailored to existing organizations. And of course, we now have EXO Builder, which is still fairly new. Of course, the acquisition of a community-driven project called Canoe, and I'm excited about that, because, of course, entrepreneurs are the ones who change the world, right? And so that's so exciting to know that that's coming. And obviously you were using, since going through the certification program, how are you sort of using those learnings, in your daily activities, sort of with the entrepreneurs and with what you do?
Yeah, so first of all, I've learned a lot from the certification program of OpenExO. It's a complete mindset shift. The concept of MTP, massive transformative purpose, is a paradigm shift for me. It redirected my thinking from focusing on what I do to why I'm doing it. And also thinking exponentially and embracing abundance. Those are the two other key concepts I found very useful. And I love the EXO model and its 11 attributes. I think it's a very powerful model. And I try to implement the 11 attributes where I work and apply them for my personal development as well. And I will explain here. At the Tech Incubator where I work, we have limited funding. And when the pandemic hit, we were forced to close down the physical co-working space. We literally had to build everything from scratch, from membership, programs, community, and so on. We started to implement some of the EXO attributes. For example, experimentation. We experimented with every new idea we came up with. Some were successful and some were not, but we kept experimenting and kept learning. And we now have multiple offerings to the entrepreneurs community as a result. And then autonomy is another EXO attribute we implemented. During this time, we accepted many high school and college interns to work at the incubator, learning digital skills and providing digital services to the entrepreneurs. We gave the interns and the staff a lot of autonomy to determine what projects to work on and how they want to implement the projects. This enabled the staff and interns to come up with brand new ideas and to work on projects they're personally passionate about, which in turn resulted in high quality delivery of projects. And we also embrace the staff on demand attribute and establish a network of students ready to take on paid projects even after their internship is over. And yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, how would you say that was embraced? You know, was it quite different from what you used to do?
Yeah.
And was it embraced well?
So yes, I think so. So for example, the team communication, it's very different in the virtual environment versus the physical environment. Before we have the physical environment, people can just go in and collaborate naturally. So in the virtual world, we have to figure out new ways to communicate and to work together. And many people are not used to the virtual environment, and so we experiment and we try different things, right? I come up with like projects for students to do, and then we put them in teams, and they work in teams, and then we use like social technology like Slack, Trello. We use these technologies to have people interchange ideas and form like sub teams and to work on different projects and different deliverables. And there's a lot of cross pollination among the teams and among different people. Yeah, so it is a little different, but we learn how to do it better by experiment. Yeah,
absolutely. And do you think that people actually work more together that they virtual? Like maybe people in the physical space wouldn't have met up with certain people in the physical space, but in the virtual space now you sort of can, which is quite interesting.
Oh, absolutely, because the interns that we have coming from all over New York City, and one of the obstacles we had before is Queens College is in a little bit of remote area if you compare to Manhattan or Brooklyn location. So by offering a virtual internship, one benefit is is exactly that people are able to participate, which otherwise they may not be able to. And another benefit I saw is that because we are all saving the commute time, and also some students and entrepreneurs, they have young kids at home that they need to care, and they have family obligations. So before the pandemic, they were not able to attend some of the programs, and now they can. So there are some benefits actually coming out of it. Yeah,
absolutely. And Ying, I think I did cut you off a little bit. You were wanting to speak about some of the other EXO attributes that you're embracing.
Sure. If you had time, I would love to talk about those. So other attributes that helped us included a community and a crowd engagement and social. And I mentioned a little bit about social. So community and crowd, we have we now have a community of entrepreneurs who meet regularly to support each other. And again, this is in a virtual world, which didn't exist before. Before it's actually difficult for people to come physically to the college. So we do have that now. We meet regularly on a weekly basis, and they support each other. And they come up with projects that for the community to consider, and community members are involved in the planning and execution of those projects. So that's another aspect of it. And for the engagement part, entrepreneurs actually come up with ideas to how to be engaged and bringing interns in. So we did things like a design contest or mini hackathons. So to involve community members to be part of it. So things like that. And social technology, definitely we're using a lot more Zoom, Slack, Telegram, WhatsApp, Discord, and Trello. These are all technologies. A lot of the entrepreneurs actually don't use that much technology before the pandemic, and during this whole year and almost like 2 years time, they started to embrace the use of technology, and to the point now. I have entrepreneurs coming to me saying, I wanted to automate all my processes so that it can save me time to focus on strategic tasks. And they're looking into new things, new ways to do business, like using voice marketing, for example. So these are all the things that the community members brought up to the community and share with each other. Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's, when you have the EXO model and you just have the different attributes, and you just ask yourself the question, how are we embracing this attribute? It then just allows you to think beyond perhaps what you were thinking, and then to say, well, is there technology that can help me to do this? And suddenly you realize, man, there's all this sort of tech that's not that expensive, that actually can save a lot of time and allow me to run my business in a better way. I did put up a comment there from Angelo. Hey Angelo, just saying would be great to hear about your internship, Ying. Good vibes. So the next time that you see Angelo, I guess he's going to ask you about how you've been doing the internship. Which is perfect, and it'll be great to share that. And so ultimately, do you think that as we move past a lot of things happening virtually, you're going to stick to a lot of what you've been doing due to COVID, post COVID?
Absolutely. So I think anything is working. I would like to continue to do that. And then as circumstances change, then we will do more experimentation, and we will adapt to the new environment. Certain things may work better in the physical environment, and certain things may not. But I believe in testing, in experiment, in prototyping, especially for the when we meet new circumstances and meet new challenges. I think that through that process, we learn and we adjust, and then we design new experiments to see what works and what doesn't.
Absolutely. Now, Nikki has made a comment on LinkedIn just saying, hey, look at Ying's first MVP for the EXO Economy Learn and Earn program. Do you want to share a little bit about that? You were fairly new to blockchain and crypto. Tell us a little bit about your sort of journey into the EXO economy.
Sure. Yeah, thanks, Nikki, for bringing that up. And so I have been more involved into EXO economy in the past months or 2 months or so. And it actually started from my own need to learn more, to want it to be more involved in the community. And also, yeah, just from that, I think I watched a lot of videos during June timeframe, between June and September. I think OpenExO started to talk a lot about the EXO economy, and about how the crypto tokens and the blockchains are used to help facilitate the economy. And I was very interested. I'm generally interested in technology, but didn't get a chance to actually do anything particularly with the crypto and the blockchain. So this just turned out to be an perfect opportunity to learn crypto, blockchain, and the token economics by actually dive in to actually do it. So what I'm trying to do right now is, or what I'm tasked to do, is to help the community to embrace token economy, to use the tokens to facilitate exchange of services and products, and creating new projects, work on new projects in a kind of a DAO fashion. DAO stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization, where a group of people have a common interest and a common purpose. They come together, and they will use the token as a kind of a symbol to help them decide on what project to work on. They can vote on it, and then they can take ownership of the project and execute it. So I wanted to help as many people as who wanted to be part of the new economy, to both learn the new technology and also to do things that they may not be able to do previously. Particularly for the people I work with, entrepreneurs and students. The early stage entrepreneurs, usually they don't have access to capital, not at that early stage. And the students are always looking for opportunities to work on real world problems, solving problems. So one of the use cases I think the EXO economy provides is that we could use EXO tokens to help entrepreneurs to raise the capital that they need, which they can in turn pay the interns, and for the interns to have an opportunity to work on real world projects. That's something I wanted to work on. Yeah.
Awesome. That's really great, and it's so awesome to see you jumping in, learning, sharing. Hopefully, there are a few folks that I've sent your way tomorrow. I think you're running a learn and earn, and so there are a few folks that I met with this week that I'm sending your way. But Ying, the time has run away. Is there one last thing you'd like to share as we call it a day here and you get ready for Thanksgiving lunch or dinner?
Well, I invite everyone to join the OpenExO community and learn the basic concepts of the EXO model and give some of the ideas a try. And there are tons of free resources in the OpenExO community for you to explore and use. And check out the EXO media under TV. Check out the EXO Insights, the EXO Economy, and Kevin mentioned the EXO Builders. Those are particularly for entrepreneurs. And connect with other members in the community, collaborate, and implement new ideas. And yeah, if you want to learn more in a guided way, consider taking the EXO Foundation class and then taking additional certification classes to become an EXO consultant or EXO Spring Coach or EXO trainer. And let the EXO model help your organization become an exponential organization, and let it help you become an exponential entrepreneur or an exponential individual. Let's transform the world for a better future together.
Awesome, Ying. It was wonderful chatting to you. Have a fantastic day. Hopefully it's not getting too cold in New York. And we'll chat to you very soon. Thanks, Ying.
Thank you, Kevin. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So that was Ying in New York. Always great chatting to Ying, especially each week on the Exponential Individual initiative that we do every week, which is super awesome too. So thanks so much for joining us. To all of you in America, happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you all again next week.